بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين لا سيما بقية الله في الأرضين أجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف اللهم أخرجني من ظلمات الوهم وأكرمني بنور الفهم اللهم افتح علينا أبواب رحمتك وانشر علينا خزائن علومك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. Alhamdulillah, we have tawfiq to resume our study of Islamic lifestyle based on Mafatih al-Hayat by Ayatollah Jawadi Amuli, Hafadahullah. Last week I was away and also coincided occasions end of months of Safar, so we didn't have our session. Alhamdulillah, we have today our session, and maybe today with one more session the book will finish. We started in the middle of last session the appendix to the book, which is about Islamic calendar, occasions on Islamic calendar, about certain important dates, etc. One of the things that we have here in the book is about certain days in the month are more suitable for traveling, for trade, for starting projects, but not in the sense that you cannot do these things in other days, but they are more blessed, they are more fertile. Otherwise, whenever you need to do something, and if you have no other option, or your time is limited, you can start any day, give sadaqah, make dua, recite Ayatul Kursi, and travel, for example. Or, for other things, for example, always dua, sadaqah. It's very important. But let us see what, based on some hadith, we can learn as preferences. So it's not that you have to be only waiting for certain day, but it's good to consider, if you have a choice, if you have a kind of facility to choose, then you can choose. For example, according to a hadith from Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, these days of each month are good days for beginning new projects, new work, new actions. First day, second, 6th, 7th, 9th, 14th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 22nd, 23rd, 27th, 28th, and 29th. These are good days for beginning new actions, new work, new projects. But what we can understand from a study of all our hadiths is, whenever you need to do something, you can start with sadaqah and with dua, and inshallah you will get inshallah good result. Hammad ibn Uthman says that I told Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, أيكره السفر في شيء من الأيام المكروهة الأربعاء وغيره. Is traveling, any kind of traveling, disliked, is makruh in some days, for example some Wednesdays, etc. وغيره. فقال, Imam alayhi salam said, افتتح سفرك بالصدقة. Start your travel with sadaqah. وقرأ آية الكرسي. And in some versions, واخرج. And then continues, إذا بدا لك. So give sadaqah, recite Ayatul Kursi, and then embark on your journey. So it's not that we are people who always, have to go by these days in calendar, and otherwise it's impossible that we do something, because some people take these things as they are obligation, as they are necessary. No, these are recommendations, and if you have choice, it's good, but the main thing is your mindset. With a mindset of tawakkul and faith and giving sadaqah and dua, you can inshallah do anything any day of the month. Ibn Abi Umair says, كنت أنظر في النجوم وأعرفها وأعرف الطالع فيدخلني من ذلك شيء. He says, I was a person who was familiar with the astronomy, but not only physical side of it, but the impact of the stars. And he says sometimes some feelings and some kind of worries were caused by this, because I knew, for example, and according to my limited knowledge, if I do this this time it will be leading to some tragedy, catastrophe, etc. So he said, فشكوت ذلك إلى أبي الحسن موسى بن جعفر عليه السلام. He said, I complained and made my complaint to Imam Kadhim alayhi salam about this issue, this condition that I have. What should I do? فقال إذا وقع في نفسك شيء فتصدق على أول مسكين ثم امضه. If you want to travel, then something bad comes to your mind, that this travel is not good, this bad feeling, this kind of tatayyur, means a kind of bad opinion that comes, that this might lead to this tragedy, this might lead to accident, etc. Imam said, when it comes to your mind, give sadaqah to the first needy person that you meet. Then carry on. فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ يَدْفَعُ عَنْكَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would remove and repel the problems from you. This is in مَنْ لَا يَحْضُرُهُ الْفَقِيهِ. So you should not allow these ideas that are based on observation of the stars to make you trapped or imprison you. It's good to know, and if you can observe, but not to the extent that you have important things to do and you don't do because, for example, you say this astronomer or this munajjem, this person who does taqweem says this is not good. If you have to do it, put your trust in Allah, give sadaqah, recite Ayatul Kursi, embark on the journey, inshallah. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam also is quoted as saying, "Man tasaddaqa bi sadaqatin idha asbaha dafa'a Allahu azza wa jalla anhu nahsa dhalika al-yawm." Again in Man la yahduru al-faqih, and actually the same page, volume 2, page 269. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, according to this hadith, says, when you start your day, give sadaqah, and Allah would keep you safe in that day. It, of course, is clear that it doesn't mean that nothing is going to happen, so that that person is not going to die. So, for example, for 1,000 years he gives sadaqah, he doesn't die. No, it means those things which were not necessary, those things which were not fixed deadline, fixed ajal, they were conditional. They would not happen, because many times we suffer not because something was fixed. We die earlier than we could have lived. There are lots of ajal mu'allaq and lots of problems that can be avoided by dua, by sadaqah, by tawakkul. This is for this type of things. Of course, one day, even if you give sadaqah, you are going to die. I'm going to die one day or night. But those things that can be avoided, Sadaqah helps a lot. Sayyid ibn Tawus rahmatullah alayhi, one of our great scholars, who has also the book Iqbalul A'mal. He has beautiful works, and very much respected by our scholars. He says, I saw in hadith that before traveling you give sadaqah and you make this dua: Allahumma inni ishtaraytu bihadhihi as-sadaqati salamati wa salamata safari wa ma ma'i. Oh Allah, with this sadaqah I want to request from you my own salama, safety and health, wa salamata safari, and safety of my trip, wa ma ma'iya, and whatever is with me. Fasallimni wa sallim ma ma'iya. So please protect me, keep me safe, and keep things that I am carrying and taking with me. This is if you are, for example, alone, but if you are also traveling with people, so you pray also for the people that are with you. But it seems that this was more for a person who is traveling and has some furniture, some goods, some products, etc. وَسَلِّمْ مَا مَعِيَّ وَبَلِّغْنِي وَبَلِّغْ مَا مَعِيَّ بِبَلَاغِكَ الْحَسَنِ الْجَمِيلِ, and help me reach and whatever is with me. Because it says ma, it doesn't say man ma'iyya. If it was man, it was including people, but ma is normally for ashya, for things other than those who have reason. بِبَلَاغِكَ الْحَسَنِ الْجَمِيلِ, with your help for reaching, which is beautiful and good. So you make this dua when you are giving sadaqah before traveling, and after sadaqah you make this dua. This dua is long. I only mention last part of it. It's few lines, but I only mention the last part, which is familiar. وَأَنْتَ الصَّاحِبُ فِي السَّفَرِ وَالْخَلِيفَةُ فِي الْأَهْلِ. Oh Allah, you are the companion in this journey. You are a co-traveler. Means you are with me in this journey. Also at the same time, al-Khalifatu fil Ahl, you are the one who is going to succeed me with my family. So you come with me, and also you are with my family behind. Allahumma hawwin alayna safarana. Oh Allah, please make our journey easy. Watri lana al-ard wa sayyirna fiha bi ta'atika wa ta'ati rasulik. Please enable us to travel on the earth and make this journey for us according to your obedience and obedience of the Prophet. So this is also the dua that after sadaqah, before traveling, should be recited. Then there is a heading about a special respect for certain days of the month in lunar calendar. For example, sometimes we have occasions like birthdays of the Prophet and Imams, makes those days more blessed. Or we have Jum'ah is blessed. Middle of months of Ramadan, we have birthday of Imam Hassan and Imam Jawad alayhi salam. Middle of Sha'ban. So there are certain days which are very, very important and very, very much blessed. In the month of Sha'ban, for example, Ayatollah Jawadi mentioned, for example, early Sha'ban, we have 3rd of Sha'ban, for example, birth of Imam Hussein alayhi salam is very blessed. 17th of Rabi, we are just in Rabiul Awwal, inshallah. Soon we will witness that, inshallah, bi'idhnillah. Birth of Prophet and Imam Sadiq alayhi salam. It's very blessed day. So these are blessed days in our calendar. Of course, every day is blessed, but these are more blessed. And during the week, from Saturday, for example, supposed to Friday, so there are certain guidelines, certain instructions about these days. For example, something very interesting about Saturday is that Saturday is a very good day for starting a journey. And Hadith says that Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says, Man kana musafiran falyusafir yawm as-sabt. If you want to travel, anyone who wants to travel should start on Saturday. Why? فلو أن حجرا زال عن جبل في يوم السبت لرده الله إلى مكانه. For emphasis, Imam says, even if a stone, a piece of rock, departs the mountains and falls down on Saturday, then he would be able to go back. The cycle would end and complete. This for emphasis, meaning that there are cycles in this world that if you put yourself in these cycles, then you will more easily go back to where you started. Saturday is such a day that you receive some gentle push from the laws of the creation to go back to where you started. So if you want to start a journey and you want to go back home, so it's good to start on Saturday. And also Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam requested from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless for his ummah early mornings of Saturday and Thursday. Allahumma barik li ummati fi bukuraha yawma sabtaha wa khamisaha. Every early morning is blessed, but Rasulullah especially asked Allah to bless Bukur, means early morning of Sabt and Khamis, Saturday and Thursday. Sunday, for example, is a very good day for planting trees or for construction. Yawmul Ahad, Yawmu Gharsin wa Bina is the good day for planting and for construction. And for example, Monday is good again for traveling and for ma'ash, for looking for livelihood. And Tuesday is good for reaching your hajat, meeting your requests, meeting your needs. And that is the day that Allah made iron soft for Prophet Dawood ala nabiyina wa alayhi salam. Wednesday, Imam Raza alayhi salam, according to a hadith from his fathers, quotes finally Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, آخر أربعاء في الشهر يوم نحس مستمر. The last Wednesday of each lunar month is not a good day. So be careful that day, not to start a journey, not to apply for a job or go for new home on last Wednesday of lunar month. And of course, if you need to, then as I said in the beginning, you give sadaqah and do tawakkul. About Thursday is a good day for cutting your nails and leaving one for Friday, and this can help with overcoming poverty. And of course, Friday is very blessed day for many things, for ibadah, for a study, for spending time with family, with friends, with community. Lots of things that you can do on Fridays. Hisham ibn Hakam quotes from Imam Sadiq alayhi salam something that I'm sure it would be interesting to you. He said to Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, these are the people who are clever. So not only they do good, they want to know when is more useful, more blessed, more rewarded, more pleasing. So فالرجل يريد أن يعمل شيئا من الخير مثل الصدقة والصوم ونحو هذا. Someone who wants to do something good, like sadaqah, like fasting, etc. Imam alayhi salam said, يستحب أن يكون ذلك يوم الجمعة. It's better if it is done on the day of Jum'ah. فإن العمل يوم الجمعة يضاعف. Because reward on the day of judgment, on the day of Jum'ah, Friday, for actions will be multiplied. So generally speaking, Friday is very good for doing good things. So if you want to give every week one sadaqah, do it on Friday. If you give every day, it's good. But if you do once a week, Friday is a good option. Of course, you have to remember, we had this discussion in another place, that sometimes you should not just be concerned about reward. You have to be what is more pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So maybe in general, according to the general instructions, Friday is better. But now someone on Monday, needs money and is desperate for money. I cannot say, I don't give you money now, I give you on Friday, because Friday is more reward. No, if he needs on Monday, it's urgent, you help him on Monday. But if it is completely the same and you have the choice and you want every week, for example, leave some money for sadaqah, okay, do it on Friday. Do it on Laylatul Qadr, for example, for the whole year, if you want to do something major, for example. On the day of Jum'ah, we have Salatul Jum'ah. Of course, as you know, our fuqaha have different opinions about Salatul Jum'ah in the time of Ghaibah. Some say it is wajib, some say it's wajib takhiri, you can do Jum'ah or Zuhr. Some people say in the time of Ghaibah, we just do Zuhr. So there are different opinions. In the time of Huzur, normally they say it's wajib and it's, ta'ayini, decisive. Anyway, right now, maybe we can say majority of our fuqaha say it's wajib, either ta'ayini, which most of them say, or maybe some would say ta'ayini. On the day of Jum'ah, we must not do something which would conflict with Salatul Jum'ah, especially if it is considered to be decisively necessary. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam is quoted as saying, يكره السفر والسعي في الحوائج يوم الجمعة يكره من أجل الصلاة فأما بعد الصلاة فجائز. It's disliked to travel or do some work, go for business, buying, selling, etc. on the day of judgment because of salat. After salat is finished, it's okay. So if you want to travel, you can say your Salatul Jum'ah and then travel. Also, if during the week you are busy and you cannot study, you cannot ask your religious questions, at least do it on Jum'ah. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam is quoted as saying, أُفٌّ للرجل المسلم ألا يفرغ نفسه في الأسبوع يوم الجمعة لأمر دينه فيسأل عنه. This is in Al-Khisal by Sheikh al-Saduq. Imam is discouraging people, criticizing actually people, that they don't make Fridays free for their religious education. You have to work hard during the week, okay. You need to work. If you need to work, you work. And it's good to work to meet your needs. Of course, to exhaust yourself, that's another issue. But for reasonable, sustenance, it's very good to work. But at least make one day free for yourself, for your family, etc. So, religious education is so important that Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says, you must make your Friday farigh. Because it la yufarragha nafsa means make yourself free on the day of Jum'ah, Friday, for asking your religious questions. Then there is a heading about different hours. We have different parts. Hour here doesn't necessarily mean 60 minutes. Different portions of the day are attributed to different imams. to Imam Ali, to Imam Hassan, Imam Hussein. So if you want, you can refer to more detailed books. Basically, at any time, any day, any, I don't know, week, throughout the year, there is something to connect us to Allah, to connect us under Allah, to the Quran, to the Prophet and Imams. These are always, connected with these personalities, so that we can use them as a way to come to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then the next issue is about sunnatha, about things that you establish as a habit, as a custom in your family, in your community, in society, maybe sometime in the whole world, maybe for one generation, maybe for future generation. Basically, if you establish a good custom or habit, as long as people act upon it, you will get sawab, you will get reward. Man sanna sunnatan hasanah, whoever establishes a good habit, a good custom in the society or community. For example, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is quoted as this, in Al-Kafi: Man sanna sunnatan hasanah falahu ajruha wa ajru man amila biha ila yawm al-qiyamah min ghayr an yunqasa min ujurihim shay'un. Whoever establishes a good sunnah would have share in the reward of everyone who acts upon this sunnah, and everyone who implements this sunnah. This person gets reward. They also get reward without their reward being reduced. It's not that their reward will be divided, part of it for themselves, part of it for the one who started this. No, they will get their full reward, and this person also would get reward for all these people who are going to act upon it. But God forbids if we do the opposite, if we establish a bad habit in the society or community or family. If I make people careless about their certain duties, if I teach them bad akhlaq, rude words, if I put doubts in minds of people and as a result they don't practice, I will be sharing punishment without their punishment being reduced. Man sanna sunnatan sayyi'ah, whoever starts and establishes a bad habit or custom, kana alayhi wizruha, he would have the burden of this for himself, wa wizru man amila biha ila yawm al-qiyamah, and also burdens of all people who act upon this till the day of judgment would be added to his own burden, without them being free from responsibility. They have to answer also, but this person also is responsible. Maybe they have an excuse, God knows, but this person has no excuse. After this, we have then discussion about certain things that are known in our calendar. Some of them maybe in the solar calendar. We want to see Islamic judgment about them. Nowruz, for example, the first day of spring. Charshambe Suri, those who are Iranian or familiar with Iranian culture, they know that the last Wednesday of the year before Nowruz, there are some, kind of customs and some kind of celebration, we would discuss. Yalda, the longest night, which has the shortest day, and it's the first night of Deima, the first night of winter. What is its significance? And about other issues, inshallah. So I think for today, this would be, inshallah, enough. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us to live such a life that our legacy would be only positive. People would be inspired by us to do good things, not that na'udhu billah they learn from us bad things, or because of us they lose their interest in doing good things. May Allah inshallah help us, and may Allah inshallah bless our maraja and ulama and our teachers and our parents who have showed us this beautiful path of being faithful and being charitable and contributing to the good in this world. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Do we have any question?
No, on the chat there's no question.
Okay. So I say goodbye to the people on Facebook and also on Zoom. May Allah inshallah bless you. May you have a great weekend. And please remember us your du'as inshallah. Tamasa dua. Fi amallah.